There she is.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Dr. Debra Hafner. For those of you who don't know me, my pronouns are she and her, and I'd like to welcome you here into the main hall, and a big welcome to those of you on Zoom and on Facebook, and to those of you who are watching later in the week. I also like to do a welcome. We have several visitors today, so welcome to our fellowship and our time together. I'm going to start by lighting a candle. I'd initially intended to light this special candle for Transgender Day of Remembrance, which is today. More than 35 trans people were murdered in the United States last year, and this day, which has been going on for 10 years, is to acknowledge them. But I also, with a heavy heart, woke up, as I'm sure many of you did, to the news of Colorado Springs and another massacre in an LGBTQ nightclub. These are personal issues for me. I have a child who is a non-binary drag performer who is in a club each and almost every week, as well as a trans-masculine bonus child. And so I ask you to hold in our hearts during this service of gratitude the fact that the world still needs us and still needs to change. And may our hearts go out to those who suffer today. This evening, as you may have seen in your flash, is the Interfaith Thanksgiving service at St. John's Huntington, downtown at 7 o'clock. As the newest clergy member in town, I drew the short straw, which means I get to give the sermon tonight. I'd love to see many of you there, including some of you at home today. And you'll get to hear the sermon that I actually cut out of today's service because the service is very long. So if you want a sermon today, you need to come tonight. It would help me tremendously to see some friendly faces there. Today, in advance of Thanksgiving, we are going to holding a multi-generational service. The children will be with us the entire time, and we are looking at the issue of gratitude. The opening words this morning are from the great 20th century scholar and the co-founder of the NAACP, W.E. Du Bois. He wrote a poem called Gratitude. Give us thankful hearts. May we be thankful for health and strength, for sun and rain and peace. Let us seize the day and the opportunity and strive for greatness of spirit that measures life not by its disappointments, but by its possibilities. Let us ever remember that true gratitude and appreciation shows itself neither in independence nor satisfaction, but passes the gift joyfully on to others in larger and better form. And so if you will join us now, rising in body and or spirit, to sing For the Beauty of the Earth, hymn number 21. The words will be on the slides.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Danielle Burby. I'm the Director of Religious Education here at UUFH, and my pronouns are she, her. I would love to welcome Millie up. She is going to lead us all in the chalice lighting that our RE children do on Sunday mornings. There are hand motions, so watch her and follow along, please.
We are Unitarian, Universalist, the faith of the open mind, the loving heart, and helping hands. Together we care for the earth and work for friendship and peace in our world.
And now I would like to welcome Ayla up. She will be reading a land acknowledgement.
Let us acknowledge that this building and our lands are on the traditional territories of the Matinacock Indians, the original nations of Huntington, and the other 12 tribes who owned, farmed, and led societies across Long Island before the European settlers stole their lands. Let us commit ourselves to honoring Indigenous people and work for justice and self-determination.
My name is Nikki Willard, and I am your worship associate today. My pronouns are she, her. Welcome to all those here with us in person today, and to all those who are watching from home. It is good to be together. I do have a few announcements, of course. Today is the last day to view and purchase any of the Pat Ralph paintings that are in the gallery. Star Child, a UUFH holiday tradition, is back. The Religious Education Committee will be coordinating this annual holiday toy drive for Family Service League's Project Toy, which gives local families in need the opportunity to choose 2 new unwrapped gifts for each of their children. Beginning today and until Sunday, December 11th, you can select a star, a toy or gift card suggestion from the display in the social hall. Cash donations are also welcome. And for those of you who can't make it to the fellowship, there are opportunities to order on Amazon and send to Allison Barish. For more information, you can contact her. Her information is in the directory. Please stop by the table in the social hall after the service and for more information. The UUFH Safety Response Team is offering a training for first aid, CPR, AED in our social hall on Saturday, December 3rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. For our staff, safety response team, and members of our community, an American Red Cross emergency response instructor will be providing instruction videos and hands-on activities for $20 a person. Please consider joining this important safety training. Email Terry Donaldson as soon as possible to enroll in this training. Please join us after the service today in the social hall for our last postcard writing party. We have 10 packs of postcards that will go out to marginalized folks in Georgia, encouraging them to vote in the runoff Senate election on December 6th. Join us in the social hall after the service. And lastly, today is Transgender Day of Remembrance. The UU Fellowship of Stony Brook will be holding a memorial service this afternoon at 2 p.m. This annual event is a memorial to those who have been lost to anti-transgender hate crimes this year, as Reverend Debra discussed in her opening words. Julie Gray Owens will be the keynote speaker. I'll be there and hope to see some of you there also. And I just also heard word that the board has gotten a new list of the eight principles that is up in the foyer. So take a look at that when you have a chance. We're very grateful that that's been done. Please join me now in singing our affirmation. The words are on the screen. On different
Can you hear me? Okay. I would like to invite the children and the young at heart to join me over here on the stairs. I'm going to tell a story that some of us have heard in RE recently this month. And I think this is a really fun and important story for us to keep in mind at this time of year. And I would encourage us all to incorporate it into our own family Thanksgivings, if possible. Let's see. Lila, would you mind holding this basket for me? Thank you. You got it? It's a little heavy. Once upon a time, a very long time ago, there were 3 sisters who lived together in a field. These sisters were quite different from one another in their size and also in their way of dressing. One of the 3 was a little sister. All right, Millie, I'm going to hand you. This is the little sister. Can you hold it up for everybody? Thank you. So young that she could only crawl at first, and she was dressed in green. The second of the 3 wore a frock of bright yellow. I could only find unshucked corn. Will you hold this for me? Thank you. Can you hold it up for everyone? And she had a way of running off by herself when the sun shone and the soft wind blew in her face. And you know what? I did that a little backwards because this is the second sister. Would you hold her for me? Thank you. The third was the eldest sister, standing always very straight and tall above the other sisters and trying to guard them. She wore a pale green shawl, and she had long yellow hair that tossed about her head in the breezes, and that's the corn. There was only one way in which the 3 sisters were alike. They loved one another very dearly, and they were never separated. They were sure they would not be able to live apart. After a while, a stranger came to the field of the 3 sisters, a little boy. He was as straight as an arrow and as fearless as the eagle that circled the sky above his head. He knew the way of talking to the birds and the small brothers of the earth, the shrew, the chipmunk, and the young foxes. And the 3 sisters, the one who was just able to crawl, the one in the yellow frock, and the one with the flowing hair, were very much interested in the little boy. They watched him fit his arrow in his bow, saw him carve a bowl with his stone knife, and wondered where he went at night. Late in the summer of the first coming of the boy to their field, one of the 3 sisters disappeared. This was the youngest sister. Good call. In green. The sister who could only creep. She was scarcely able to stand alone in the field unless she had a stick to which she clung. Her sisters mourned for her until the fall, but she did not return. Once more, the boy came to the field of the 3 sisters. He came to gather reeds at the edge of a stream nearby to make arrow shafts. The 2 sisters who were left watched him and gazed with wonder at the prints of his moccasins in the earth that marked his trail. That night, the second of the sisters left, the one who was dressed in yellow and always wanted to run away. Sorry. Now, there was but one of the sisters left. Tall and straight, she stood in the field, not once bowing her head with sorrow, but it seemed to her she could not live there alone. The days grew shorter and the nights were colder. Her green shawl faded and grew thin and old. Her hair, once long and golden, was tangled by the wind. Day and night she sighed for her sisters to return to her, but they did not hear her. Her voice, when she tried to call them, was low and plaintive like the wind. But one day, it was the season of the harvest. The little boy heard the crying of the third sister who had been left to mourn there in the field. He felt sorry for her, and he took her in his arms and carried her to the lodge of his father and mother. Oh, what a surprise awaited her there. Her two lost sisters were there in the lodge of the little boy, safe and very glad to see her. They had liked this worm cave so well after following the boy home that they had decided, now that winter was coming on, to stay with him, and they were doing all they could to be useful. The little sister in green, now quite grown up, was helping to keep the dinner pot full. The sister in yellow sat on the shelf drying herself, for she planned to fill the dinner pot later. The third sister joined them, ready to grind meal for the boy, and the three were never separated again. Thank you, guys.
Do you harvest that?
No, I wish I had harvested this, but I did not harvest this. I got it from Stop and Shop.
Y'all can go back to your seats.
Do you want to take one? You can take one.
Thank you, Danielle. This is the time in our service for you to share your joys and concerns by silently coming forward and lighting a candle as Jay plays quietly for us. You can have your joy or concern shared aloud by writing it on a slip of paper. If you haven't already done that, there's a basket with a pen and you can just step to the side. And giving it to Jerry Farrell, this week's pastoral care associate, who will be by the candles. Please come up the center aisle and go to one of the two tables. When you are finished, return to your seat by going down the outside aisle closest to the table with the candle you lit. You may now come forward. Healing for Maureen Murray. Asking for prayers for her mother, Dolores. May she rest in peace. Asking for prayers for Aunt Eileen and Uncle Chris. For the children in care without families to share Thanksgiving with. And for my friends, Lynn at age 75 and Patrice, age 66, who died in the last 2 weeks. Do you join me in some moments of quiet meditation and prayer? Spirit of life and love, we know you by many names or perhaps no name at all. But we ask in the quiet recesses of our heart for courage to face the difficult. We pray, as the first music showed us, for the people of the Ukraine. We extend our prayers to those waking up in Colorado Springs to the horrors of yet another hate murder. We extend our prayers to those who celebrate and honor the transgender people whose lives were taken too soon this year. We struggle with all those who face difficulties, whether they're mental health or physical health, who grieve for their mother, who grieve for friends, who face difficult health issues, financial issues, relationship issues. We face the news each day, sometimes with dread and alarm. And yet deep inside us, we reach for gratitude. We reach for thanksgiving for the people who are here gathered today, here in the sanctuary or at home. We give thanks for the people we will be with this week for Thanksgiving. We look to this holiday to remind us that it is a sacred holiday, for it is about giving gratitude, saying thank you, saying I love you, being together. May we feel that gratitude deep in our hearts. May we remember the words of Heifetz, the only prayer we ever need is thank you. And so may it be. Amen.
Hi again. Our split plate offering for the month of November is Planned Parenthood of Huntington. For those of you who are not familiar with how our split plate works, Any undesignated monies that are put into the basket today, half will go to us and half will go to our split plate recipient. Most of us know Planned Parenthood as a primary organization that provides abortion services to women. But Planned Parenthood health centers, including the Huntington Health Center, provide so much more. They provide essential health services to those who cannot get it in traditional ways. They also offer services such as birth control, emergency contraception, prevention, testing, and treatment for sexually transmitted infections, HIV testing, counseling and treatment for HIV prevention, prenatal care, gender-affirming care, gynecological care, vasectomy care, HPV vaccination, menopausal management care, life cancer screenings, and more. In addition, their education and training team offers programs providing accurate, unbiased information about human sexuality for schools, colleges, community organizations, and parents, as well as trainings for professionals and child care providers. And they are passionate advocates on issues related to family planning, sexuality, education, and reproductive health. They are a vital source for members of our community. Those of you here with us today can put your contribution into the basket that will be passed around, or you and those at home this morning can send a check to the office or donate through the website as seen on your screen. Please give as generously as you are able. Thank you.
Jay, it's Danielle. Have a seat.
Okay.
We have a few things to do first.
So this is a season where we reflect on gratitude. It is also a service about gratitude. And so what would that be without an activity about gratitude? I already wrote out a Post-it note. I am grateful for the fellowship community. So take a moment to reflect on something you're grateful about. It could be about this community. It could be about something in your life. I'm going to display this in the social hall after, and so also if you need a little more time to think and you don't want to write something down right now, you can write it down later. but I would love to see this chalice bursting with the gratitude of the people in this room. And if you're at home, you can put your gratitude in the chat. Jay is going to play a little bit of music, and I have over here lots of different Post-its. So I have a heart-shaped Post-it, I have, yellow Post-its and pens. So I would love to welcome you up here to write down a gratitude and put it on the chalice.
Thank you.
That is a chalice bursting with gratitude. Thank you.
Today we are also grateful because we are going to be welcoming into our community 9 new members who have chosen to make a commitment to this community with their time, their heart, their finances, their service, and their love. Will Christina Heineman of our Connections Committee come forward?
So it's with distinct pleasure that we now welcome and recognize 9 new members of the congregation. This morning, I am Christina Heineman. My pronouns are she and her. And I am going to call out the names of the new members. If you're here with us in the sanctuary today, please come forward and join us on the chancel. Benny Pasquier. Bryce Klatsky and Ann Klatsky. And CJ. Linda Petra and Rich Petra. Andrea Costa. Ben Moskowitz. Amanda Cooper. And Madison Tucci.
New members, we are so glad to have you with us and that you have chosen this community to travel with on your life journey. I have some questions for you, and when I'm done at the end, your job is to say, I will. Okay? Let me go through the questions. Will you accept our gifts of fellowship, discovery, and service? Will you offer us your unique presence and your gifts? Will you add your name to the long history of Unitarian Universalists who spread hope with our living faith? Will you engage with us as we seek to create a community and a world dedicated to love and justice? Will you enter this faith with hope and possibilities in your hearts, pledging to participate in and support the ministries of this congregation?
I will.
Congregation, I have some questions for you. At the end, if you agree, would you answer, I will? Will you welcome these new members with the warmth and comfort of your fellowship? Will you welcome their strengths and talents as the new gifts they bring to us? Will you share our triumphs and our struggles as our community grows and changes? We will. So will the members of this congregation please rise and respond with the words on this slide? We receive you. And Christina has some gifts for you. And then you may return to your seats. And I would shake your hands, but we're not doing that anymore. Thank you. We're so glad to have all of you. Okay, choir, now is your turn. that was beautiful. Thank you. There is so much to be thankful for. So, the breaking of bread and the sharing of juice or wine are part of ancient rituals of community celebrated in many different traditions and in many different ways. And today I'm going to bringing you a tradition from my previous congregations of a Thanksgiving communion of cornbread and apple juice to bring our service to a close. So, we will have people passing out cornbread and juice to you, but first, would you raise your hand if you need a gluten-free cracker instead? Okay, I've got a couple of people. So who do I have on the gluten? Sandra, are you on the, oh, Terry's on the gluten-free cracker. Keep your hand up. And we will pass these out by rows. Please take a piece of cornbread and a juice, and if somebody can bring them to those of us on the chancel at the end, that would be great. And don't eat it yet. And if you want to get up and help pass out the juice, a few of you, that would help. I thought about having you come up one at a time and get them, but I was told that might cause some of you a great deal of consternation. Karen, could you bring those up here? I guess that's for Elijah or Debbie. Raise your hand if you don't have one. We're good. But we have a few over this way. Thank you, Jay. So if you would hold up your apple cider. As we drink this apple cider this morning, let it symbolize the sweetness of our lives and our sharing gifts with one another. And for those of you at home, I hope you use that time to get yourself a drink and a cracker. And as you eat this piece of cornbread or this cracker this morning, think about those people and those things for which you are grateful for right now. And then take a bite. And I should have done the apple cider after the cornbread. So take another sip of the apple cider. So in that spirit of communion and gratitude, let us rise in body and spirit and sing one of my favorite hymns, hymn number 128, For All That Is Our Life. The words will be on the screen. Before the closing words, I would like to take the time to thank all those who made this service possible, but all of our services possible week after week. So we're going to show some gratitude. If you are a member of the tech team and you are hiding in that little room, please come out and accept our appreciation. Jim? Thank you. And if you are a worship associate, would you please stand up? If you are a greeter or an usher, with a special call out to Jennifer Hildreth, who is here each week preparing us for worship, please stand up. And to Jackie, who chairs our greeter team. Thank you, Jackie. If you are in the choir or make music for us, would you please stand up? If you teach RE, would you please stand up? If you help with the office work that makes the services possible, would you please stand up with a shout out to Sandra? If you help with the sacred work of making coffee or cleaning up, would you please stand up? We are so grateful, aren't we, to all of these people who make our congregation grow. And if you would like to get involved, we have a role for you. So please speak to me or to one of the members of the board. Here's my Thanksgiving benediction. Meister Eckhart, as I said in my prayer, a 13th century Christian mystic, wrote, "The only prayer we ever need is thank you." And in that spirit, I offer you this benediction. You will understand your role. Let us together take a moment to feel gratitude and whisper, "Thank you for all that is good in our lives." That's your part. And now let us shout thank you for the abundance of our blessings. Thank you. Okay, one more time, and I want to hear the kids. Thank you. May we feel thank you, deep within our hearts and around us now. May we be thankful, so thankful for this time together. May we take the time to feed each other, to take care of each other, to appreciate and trust each other. May we remember to say thank you to each other. It is the only prayer you will ever need. So my friends, as I say each week, go in peace. May our real service begin. And if you missed the sermon, please come tonight. The postlude is from singer Jason Mraz. The chorus, it's his song Gratitude. The chorus says, "Now I've got gratitude, yes I do. Gratitude, I've got gratitude, yes I do, gratitude." And so I hope you will choose to stand up and sing along. When his backup singers sing thank you, I hope you will add your voices. And some of you might even want to join Nikki, Danielle, and me in moving your bodies a little bit. So here is Jason Mraz, Gratitude. I invite you to stand as you are able.
I'm so grateful. So grateful. I thank the boys who kicked my ass when I was 17. I thank the ones who chose to laugh and those who acted mean. I thank the bullies for all all their scraps and accidents and then some. They shaped my life, they made me like who I've become. They shaped my life, they made me love who I am. I thank the girls who gave the hand and showed me how to dance. And I thank the ones who turned me down and never gave me a second chance. I learned that it's okay for hearts to go on their own way. They shaped my life, they made me like who I am today. They shaped my life, they made me love who I am. That's right, that's right. Now I've got gratitude. Yes, I do. Gratitude. I've got gratitude. Yes, I do. I thank the captains of the boats who braved the sea. And I thank the farmers for their sowing of those seeds. And I thank the men who paved the roads I'm traveling on. They shaped my life, they took me down the paths I've gone. I thank the volunteers for giving up their time for free. I thank the engineers, all those who keep our water clean. I thank the janitors for all their years behind the scenes. They shaped my life, they taught me generosity. Yeah, they shaped my life, they helped me see who I could be. Now I've got gratitude. Yes, I do. Gratitude. I've got gratitude. Yes, I do.
Thank you so much for joining our service today. For those of you at home, enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. For those of you with us here at the fellowship, please join us for coffee and conversation in the social hall. And be sure to get information about our Star Child gift opportunity, and maybe write some postcards for the good folks in Georgia. Have a great day.